Okay, actually I didn't expect to be doing another video this evening, but I just want to get this over with because it's going to probably make, I'll put some things into context. And yet again, I'm sorry, but it's about core HQs. I just flippin' love these things. And due to the fact that I do love these things, this is what I'm going to go with in this, for the games I'm playing by myself. I've also talked about it with Ken, he's brought it up about when we play with each other, but this is what I'm going to do for myself. Anyways, with the core HQs, because I seem to value them so much, and if you lose them, you don't accumulate any demoralization points. So one of the 5 things I've come up with that I'm going to do with core HQs, as well as supply point markers, and that's another thing. Like, I don't know exactly. Okay, and I'm also just showing you like I don't know, some kind of whole chunk of the map because it's not specific to the Germans or anything like that. Even though what I'm going to be doing, that's why I said it's going to be in context kind of thing. Okay, where do I go here with this? Yeah, let's just start off at the back. Okay, the first thing I did want to discuss is the supply point markers. When I was looking in the rules, it doesn't, and yet again, I know I'm saying, you know, you're like, oh boy, you're being a bit of a rules lawyer. No, I just want to make sure I'm not ever breaking the spirit of the rules, but also, yet again, I've mentioned before about balance. I also want to make sure that I'm not, like, I want to play the game, not play the rules. And, you know, I don't want to go down that road as well. But I also want to, you know, really get a good understanding of what the heck is going on with these rules. And like I said, they're extremely well written. They're just not well laid out, as what I don't think. They're very thorough. But here we go. And also, I'm not, I think people have probably clued in by now, I don't seem to interpret things very well. Or like first, second, or maybe fifth, up to the 5th time either. So here we go. I'll just start up and go all the way around, I guess. Let's go back with the core HQs. So in section 1817, it says, for linked duration or campaign games only. Core headquarters may be created at any time by placing a core headquarters unit in the same hex as an army headquarters. Now, when I do things like A, it's not for you guys, like, it's for me. Trust me, man. I need to like have this hammered into my head. A core headquarters unit in the same hex as an army headquarters at the beginning of a turn. There's no restriction or limit on the number of core headquarters that may be created. Okay? Also, when I was looking in the rules, there's no mention whatsoever of it saying that supply point markers, and let's be honest, let's think about this realistically here. When they start talking about making supply point markers and the whole fact that they're some kind of rail entity and all this stuff, like, look, section 18.7, to transfer supply points, a supply point marker, not included, blah, 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 is placed on the headquarters transferring supply. Okay, now remember, try to look for anything that says you can't move, or you can't be on a, no, sorry, not can't move, you can't be on a train. I'm looking for that bit, because as far as I'm concerned, what I'm trying to go down is that headquarters, either army or core, should be allowed to send and receive supply points while entrained, as long as they do not move. Like, I don't see any problem with you staying entrained and doing the little transfer back and forth, because all it's doing is saving you 1 movement point. But sometimes, man, that 1 movement point just may be, you know, life or death. So what else does it say? The supply point marker may immediately move when it's created. Huh? So to me, that sounds like we're already off to train land, which we know, because here we go. For movement and rail purposes, it is treated as an infantry division with movement factor 4, 18.9. Supply point markers may only move away from rail lines under one of 2 conditions. 1, they begin movement in the same hex as a headquarters. I don't see anything that says like you had to be not entrained. 2, they end their movement in the same hex as a headquarters. If they cannot move under one of these conditions, then they cannot move at all. This is due to the fact that supply points can only be moved by rail or by HQ transportation assets to or from the headquarters. They cannot move on their own across country. So it's like train, train, train. That's all I keep hearing about, like, or at least it's alluding to. And so to me, I'm like, well, doesn't that kind of make sense to be able to couple and decouple? Trust me, I don't know anything about trains. But couple and decouple rail cars while they're on a freaking rail track? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you should need to do that at a train yard. But again, why then should I be allowed to detrain in the middle of little of nowhere and be able to take? It doesn't make so. I'm just saying that's the way I'm going. Okay, here's my conclusions, and then I'm going to stop the video because I want to go off into Wonderland. So 1, supply point markers can be received by entrained Army or Corps HQs. Remember, this is the way I'm going in my game. I could be wrong. All 5 of these things could be wrong. 2, only one Corps HQ can be created by each Army HQ per turn. So none of this, let's make 50 in one turn by one. No, not going to happen. You can make 1 per Army HQ per turn. So if you've got 5 Army HQs sitting on your freaking map, you can make 5 Corps HQs. I'm okay with that. 3, the loss of a Corps HQ will cause the accumulation of 4 demoralization points. And this, for me, when I was looking around for the whole thing here, it says this for me, this equates to a 1 strength point cavalry or a 1 strength point artillery unit that surrenders or is lost while surrendered. That sounds pretty okay to me. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, an Army HQ, you accumulate 10 DMs. But a Corps HQ, let's be honest, it's a pale version of an Army HQ. Come on. So I'm giving it 40% of value of an Army HQ. I think that's being pretty rich. But yet again, I'm Mr. freaking Pro Corps HQ, so maybe this will damper my spirits. I don't know. I'm playing solo, so what the hell? Anyways, number 4. Entrained Army HQs can create entrained Corps HQs. I don't see anything wrong with that as well. So I'm going with it. Yet again, like I said, number 5 is entrained Army and Corps HQs can send and receive supply points as long as they do not move that turn. I'm okay with that. So that's the way I'm going with my little universe, and that's that. Now I'm just going to go off and put on some music and stare at this bloody beautiful map, and yeah, I actually also binge watch some other people on YouTube that have been putting on some gameplay through, so I'm like, yes. Anyways, I'm just in Wonderland. Thanks so much. All right.